welcome to episode number 33 of Tally Benchwarmers. Your unofficial, definitely non-expert take on the latest of local and regional and national. Do we get international on this podcast? Sometimes.
Sometimes.
But collegiate sports, most of it is here, and most of it based here in Tallahassee, too. We're in Tallahassee, Florida, the capital of the great state of Florida, right here on your podcast. This week on Tally Benchwarmers, we are backbenching some softball, baseball in the college world. We're going to talk not NFL,
no,
NBA,
there you go.
NHL,
there you go.
NHL, maybe some WNBA,
Yeah.
some golf. Golly, man,
A little bit of track.
Just a little bit of track here on the Tally Benchwarmers. We're recording this on Tuesday. We normally record on Monday. This is Memorial Day week. We all had yesterday off.
Yep.
Did you pop some firecrackers?
Nope.
Did you eat some barbecue ribs?
We had hamburgers.
You had hamburgers?
Yep.
Have any watermelon or anything?
Cantaloupe.
Ice cream? Cantaloupe? Did you make some homemade ice cream?
No.
Nothing like that?
Nope.
Have you ever made homemade ice cream?
Nope.
You have never made homemade ice cream?
Nope.
In your entire life?
In
You
my
deprived your
entire
family?
life.
Oh, my God. Well,
Yeah.
I haven't made any in it's probably 10 years, but when my kids were growing up, we made homemade ice cream.
Well, aren't your children lucky?
I
Mine
feel,
aren't.
I feel sorry for your children. They were deprived. We'll talk about that later.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey, I'm David Mullins, Chief. I don't have a towel today, Eric, but Chief Benchwarmer, I guess. Chief
Yes.
Benchwarmer on episode number 33
Yep.
of Tally Benchwarmers. And joined by Jennifer Tappan, Director of Finance, CFO. And she knows everything about what happened over the weekend here in the sports world. So we're going to turn to her for most of the
Absolutely.
talking points. What do you
Yes.
think, Eric? Eric Carter?
I agree.
Eric Carter, Assistant Chief Engineer. You guys got your Tally Benchwarmer caps on.
Yeah.
I've got I flew, you know what, last week this could have been, because I flew in and out of Tallahassee last week. I wore the right cap, so I knew where to get off the plane.
They knew where to let them off.
Did you have to wear a necklace that says, if you find me, send me?
No, but I had something kind of stitched across my forehead. I had to work it off.
Yeah.
It's like get off of Tallahassee. I think that's what it said. I couldn't tell because it's reversed in the mirror, so you just really didn't know what it was. I just trusted people on what it said and that. Anyway,
They've
okay.
lost.
Yeah, we're going to talk about some FSU and FAMU softball and baseball in a little bit, but we had some big time, they say, is in the professional world. Big time, going to the show. I know that's baseball term, but I guess when you're playing professional basketball and hockey, it's the show too, right?
It's the big leagues.
It's the big leagues.
There you go.
Yeah.
NBA playoffs continued.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, the NBA playoffs are in like the first quarter of what I mean. I know we're in the conference championships, but if these two series. I'm trying to think of the word.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the word in English. I've been studying German on Duolingo, and I get my brain.
I do Hebrew on Duolingo.
Do you really?
Yes, I do.
Oh my gosh, my wife is doing French and Italian.
My wife is doing Hebrew and Spanish.
Hebrew and Spanish, and my wife has been doing Spanish. I actually need to do English, I think. I
think we all do.
Because I need the help. And Jennifer is just shaking her head because she sits in the office right next to me, and she hears me on the phone, and there is so much stumbling and bumbling. It's amazing that I can even get up in the morning sometimes. Or I don't even know why I do. But anyway, I digress, as I do all the time.
Yep.
So NBA playoffs, we had what we thought might have been after Game 3 of the Timberwolves Thunder. The Timberwolves, they beat the Thunder by did they beat them by 46 in Game 3?
Yes.
Wow.
And we thought the emergence or reemergence of Anthony Edwards had happened, and we were going to have a series. But then
we still can.
They still can, but they lost last night. They lost last night again. So Thunder are up 3-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't particularly like the calls in that game.
Didn't you? So tell me about it, because I didn't see the game.
There was a couple of calls. There were a couple of no calls that were like,
Okay.
Obvious.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
I don't want to get fined for talking bad about the NBA
yeah.
refs.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
that would be,
let them, because what money are they going to get?
That's true. And really, I mean,
We're a nonprofit.
but I just go by, I mean, of the 12 people that are listening, I mean, who's going to really report us anyway, right?
Yeah.
So,
True.
So we got a 3-1. The Oklahoma City Thunder, they are winning that series 3-1.
Correct.
Game 5 will be
Tomorrow.
back in OKC, right?
Yes, tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow night. And then your Pacers,
No,
not your
my
Pacers,
Knicks.
it's your Knicks.
Knicks.
See?
That's rude.
Well,
That is
no,
rude.
well,
That's
see, I just assumed,
You deserve a whistle.
I assume. No, don't give me a whistle. Evan. Do not give me a whistle, Evan. I assume that you would have been rooting for the team that was leading this series, but the Knicks.
How?
The Knicks.
That's
Knicks
whistle
lost-
worthy. That's
the
a double
Knicks
whistle.
lost 2 at home, right?
Yes,
The
they
Knicks
did lose
lost 2 at home.
They gave away game 1,
Yeah.
and they got beat game 2. They played well, but they didn't play well enough to win.
Yeah.
Game 3, they were, handing it away. They were
Yeah.
handing it away down by 20 points, and they did what they've done
Yeah.
twice in this postseason, twice against Boston,
Yeah.
overcome 20-point deficits and win.
So you think now that the grit that they have shown, that they will win Game 4, even the series, take back the home court advantage, and then
Make it a best of 3 series.
okay, and then come back from an 0-2 deficit to win. Do you think that they win 4-2? Yeah, they would have to win 4-2.
No, you can win 4-3.
Okay, they could win 4-3. So what do you
Yeah.
think? You think it's going to go 6 or 7?
I'm hoping it only goes 6.
You're hoping it only goes 6. But if it goes 7, it'll be back. They'll win on home court, right?
Yeah, but last year we lost to Indiana on home court.
Oh, yeah.
So,
yeah.
So let's just get to 6.
Yeah.
Win it.
yeah.
So I saw some of the big news was whether they were going to allow Halliburton's father to be at the game.
They're gonna let him be at this game.
And that game is tonight, right?
Yes, tonight.
Tonight on Tuesday night. Going to let him be at the game.
Mm-hmm.
Halliburton, I know he showed the choke sign the other night after he
Thought he won the game.
he won the game on a 3-pointer. It ended
Yeah.
up being a 2, tied it, then it went to overtime, right?
Correct.
So, then, Reggie Miller's talked about that, I'm sure, a little bit.
Yeah, just
that
a little bit.
Yeah, just a little bit. Yeah. By the way, I was thinking about Anthony Edwards and how he had almost, in last year's final, right? He was Timberwolves were in last year's
Yes.
conference championship. And they wanted to name him the next
Superstar of the NBA.
superstar, and the next Jordan and that sort of thing. But then over the weekend, I was looking at some old clips. Remember David Thompson?
Yes.
See, David Thompson, Skywalker, they called him.
Yes,
And
they
They
did.
were. David Thompson was a basketball player. Just wanted to make sure you understood
I'm
what sport
following
we were
the
talking
conversation.
About. Okay. But he played for he played for the Nuggets.
Yes, he
at
did.
the end of his career, right?
Yes.
But he had knee problems or whatever late in his career. But his early career was kind of
He was
sidetracked.
skywalking.
He was skywalking. David Thompson had a drug problem.
Yeah,
That's
I
where
get
we're
that.
talking about. Okay, skywalking.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got it.
Sometimes I have to talk to this person, just to make sure that this person,
This person.
That person.
yeah.
That not. Oh,
because lots of times
Oh.
when I'm talking, I see her eyes kind of going a little closed.
They
I'm not-
glass over.
Well, they glass over, but I think I just bore her more than anything.
that's. I mean,
Yeah.
not so much in the podcast, but in normal work.
In normal work, I
Yeah,
do. Yeah,
yeah.
of course. Yeah. Well, I bore myself in normal work. So anyway, but David Thompson could have been Jordan-esque because the guy could jump.
Yes.
He was a scoring machine.
Yes, he was.
For like 6 years, and then the drug problem sidetracked
It
him.
happens with a lot of people. They get money
Yeah,
and then they don't know how to spend the money correctly.
Yep.
yeah,
And then they're surrounded by the wrong people.
yeah. That happens a lot.
Usually dealers.
Yeah. I tell you, someone who's not surrounded by the wrong people, and she has really, obviously the face of the WNBA.
Oh,
Caitlin
thank
Clark.
you.
Yeah.
Oh,
sorry,
no, not me.
No.
You
Not
were
this time.
second. You're second in line for that. The face of the
thanks.
WNBA.
Thanks.
Yeah. But Caitlin Clark, I saw just today on ESPN, maybe sidelined for a couple of weeks with a quad strain.
Yeah, it happened the beginning of the season. She was
And it's
dealing with it.
Yeah, and she just, I guess they're just going to let her heal.
Yeah.
Which they need to. I mean, they're obviously going to need her in the postseason.
Correct.
That sort of thing too. But yeah, obviously the face of the WNBA, the Angel Reese Clark, competition that seems to be boiling over into.
It's more.
It's a distraction more than anything.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's more the distraction. It's more media hype.
Yeah,
and
for sure.
They
For
just
sure.
need to let them play.
But at the same time, these ladies need all the media hype that they can
They
get
do, yeah.
to get.
This is the Magic Johnson.
Yeah,
Yeah,
let
Larry
Magic
Bird.
Johnson,
I'm
kind of,
all
yeah, a
about
little bit,
letting
yeah.
them live this one up
Yeah.
because they need the audience in order to get the money, and so let them fight it out.
One's got to be the good girl. One's got to be the bad girl.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
bad girls club.
That's right. Yeah. And sometimes it seems like Angel Reese really plays right into that bad girl persona.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dennis Rodman.
Yeah,
She's a little bit of.
She's the female Dennis Rodman.
think
He didn't
so?
score a lot of points, but he grabbed a lot of rebounds.
but she's grabbing rebounds and she's scoring points too.
yeah.
I mean,
and
Angel
she's
Reese, without
she's
a doubt.
also not crazy.
We don't know that yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Dennis
You
didn't
know,
get crazy
Dennis-
until he went to Chicago.
That's right.
true.
Dennis was just a hard.
He played basketball.
He played basketball when he was with the Pistons, without a doubt. I mean, yeah. And he played basketball when he was with
Chicago.
But in that last dance, you hear Jordan talking about having to go and find
Find him
Rodman
in Vegas.
and bring him back,
Yeah.
bring him back to the game. Yeah. So Rodman, that would be. You could do a whole podcast on Dennis Rodman.
Oh, it would be so good.
yeah,
I loved him so much.
Maybe at some point we'll do a Tally Benchwarmers deep dive into the life of Dennis Rodman.
We have a few. We're supposed to do Tiger Woods too.
We're going to do Tiger Woods.
Tiger
Yeah.
Woo.
Oh, okay. Hey, talking about bad boys, nice shift, nice pivot, right?
Yes.
Yes.
The NHL playoffs. Yeah.
That Canadian team is holding serve.
They are.
They're holding serve.
They were up 2-1, were they not? Or,
That is correct.
And then Dallas. We're talking about the Edmonton Oilers
Yeah.
against the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference finals. Dallas won a game, and now the Oilers are ahead 2-1 in the
2-1, correct.
What's funny to me is that most of the teams left in the playoffs are from the South,
Except,
except one Canadian team.
Yeah.
and it's hockey.
Yeah, right. Yeah, Florida, Carolina, and Texas.
We're going to start
The capitals of hockey.
Yes.
We need to start a campaign to bring hockey back to Tallahassee. What was the name of the team?
Tiger Sharks.
The Tiger Sharks.
We need to
Yeah.
bring them back, man.
They were awesome.
Yeah, I would love
So
to.
much fun.
Yeah. I'm actually.
The longest.
Fight
Oh, really?
in,
Yes.
in pro hockey history. Yeah,
Yes.
right here in Tallahassee.
That's another. That would be a whole nother. We could do a Tally Benchwarmers 30 for 30 kind of a thing.
Yeah.
Maybe
Remember,
5 for 5.
remember the Malice in the Palace? That was a
Yes.
30 for 30 special. Which, oh man, that was. Yeah. Anyway, we digress again. So back to hockey.
I forgot my fishing pole to reel
You
you
did
in.
reel me back in. Oh, we forgot that.
Yeah.
Damn it.
She bailed on us last week. That's why.
That's
Yeah.
yeah. Did you have a good time last week? No, you weren't having a good time. You were having some puppy problems. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
I'm really, really sorry about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would have left us with
Golly,
some puppy problems.
talk about it bringing us down here.
Yeah.
Let's bring us back
Anyway,
up.
reel is back.
Yeah, reel is back. The Panthers look like they're going to sweep the Carolina Hurricanes. This is the Florida Panthers. They were up 3-0 playing another they had won both home games. They were up in Carolina. They won a game, and then
Carolina showed up.
They did show up.
Blanked us.
Yeah, I mean the Panthers had really been just dominating it.
They've been leaning on them.
Yeah.
Slowing the game down, leaning on them. But last night, Carolina found a way to
They
get
found a
fast.
way- yeah, and that's what you need to do, right? Yeah, so that one breakaway, and then we were talking about that. It looked like Carolina scored another time, but they got called for offsides. I was watching it on my phone and didn't listen to it. But we were also talking before the podcast that if the Panthers can even win 4-1, what is it called? A
Gentlemen's sweep.
gentleman's sweep.
Yes.
Gentleman's sweep.
the kindness of allowing the team to win one.
Yeah,
Before
and then
taking them out.
Yeah, and then we were talking what the word gentleman
With
In
hockey.
hockey.
The only time, but this is one thing that you got to admire about hockey. Those guys kick each other's ass
They do.
and do it for good reason because they hate each other. But after every game, they shake hands on the ice.
Well, you know what I like
Well,
about
after
hockey?
when it's over, when the series is
Yeah.
over.
You know what I like about hockey also? No matter where you're at, if there's a hat trick,
Everybody throws their
both
hands.
teams respect.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Both teams respect. And the fans respect it also,
absolutely.
Now, the Panthers, they throw the rats.
That's right. So see, maybe the Panthers were really just because they'll come back and play on home ice now, right?
Yes.
And so
Maybe somebody can get a hat trick and we can see
no,
the rats.
I take that back. The Panthers, the Panthers were no. This is a Carolina home. They were because I'm pretty sure that the most recent game was at. That's right. It would have been. And okay, I'm getting my numbers. I'm gonna need my numbers, gal.
Sorry.
Here. Okay, that was game 4. So yeah, we were playing in South Florida. Now we'll go back to Carolina.
We'll go up north.
So they won't get a chance to throw the rats on a home game win in a gentleman's sweep, but it doesn't matter. They'll still probably throw the rats out.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Man, we talked about hockey a heck of a lot longer than I had planned. But it was fun. It was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what else is fun. It's when you get a chance to talk about
FSU sports.
FSU
Yeah.
sports. Because look at these two. They got their Florida State
Yeah.
gear on.
Absolutely.
I've got my beach attire on.
Carlsbad.
I've got my California beach attire on.
His Carlsbad
Yeah, I
attire.
got my collar. And why is that? Why might that be, Eric?
Because FSU was in the NCAA golf championship round.
Spit it out. Spit it out.
The golf
Yeah.
champion. I'm distraught.
Yeah, you're distraught.
I'm
yeah,
distraught.
yeah.
So, anytime my team
understand.
goes somewhere and doesn't come back with the championship, it kind of like lets me down a little
Yeah.
bit. So,
So, yeah, they ended up one stroke out of,
Right.
of
match play.
match play.
Yes. And
That's
they shot 12 over.
Well, see that.
That's ouch.
That's a big ouch.
Yes. To end up number 9 and one stroke out. And so, but, they had a really good season,
And to finish top 10 in the nation, that's nothing to
No.
nothing to frown at.
Absolutely.
That's pretty awesome.
This is the third straight appearance in the final round.
Yes.
So, yeah, right. So
Yeah. And stroke play was the third straight appearance and everything like that. Just missed match play. So I take it, it's a successful season, but, you want to see them get further.
if this was a professional expert take on sports, we would have the details of which college golf teams could match the 3 straight match play.
But we are not professional.
We're not, yeah. So,
We
We're
are
experts.
yeah,
unofficial,
we are.
non-expert
Yep.
opinions.
Yep. Shenanigans.
But yeah, 12 over. Although, see, if they're just lucky I'm not playing with them.
Yeah. Or me.
Or you, yeah.
Because then we would be like 27 over.
Oh, I was just going to say like 112 over.
Yeah. I agree with the 112.
But you know what would happen? We know what Jennifer would be doing for us.
Yes.
I'd be collecting the balls.
You'd be shagging the balls.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Good. That deserves a fist bump
Yeah.
right there. Yeah.
That'd be my official job.
Yeah, so we
we
talked.
won't name the job, though.
Yeah, no. Let's not go there.
Anyway.
So we teased just a little bit that we're going to talk track and field for both FSU and FAMU. Right?
Yes, this week starts the East Regional for the NCAA tournament.
And
for national
Both
champions.
schools are there, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be good. It's in Jacksonville, starting tomorrow, going to the 31st. Which is
Okay.
so,
The 31st, I'm trying to do the math. Is that this weekend?
yes, Saturday.
Thank you. I had to wet my whistle.
But yes, indeed. So we have some good talent that's going to be out there running.
Yeah.
Expect some people to actually go on to the further rounds and actually represent us in the championship rounds.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Go. And then Jennifer. Jennifer is because she is our
Avid
resident
runner.
Yeah.
You'll be able to keep us in the loop on that, right?
I will.
When we come back.
Absolutely. Yep.
We're not going to. Special announcement at the end of the podcast. And I'm whispering about it because I don't want you to know. Anyway.
Because you're not talking into a microphone.
Oh, shoot. I always forget that. So, but let's talk. We were on the Diamond over the weekend.
Yes. Which one you want to talk about? The girls first, or you want to
let's
talk about
the
guys?
girls because it's because it's more that's kind of bad news. That's bad news. Good. That's good news. Bad news. Because of what we're doing, and then the guys are more on the good news side.
Yeah, the girls they won their regional hosting.
Yeah.
They won the winner take all game against Auburn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which they needed to do. Which
hosted a super regional.
Hosted a super regional against the Texas Tech.
Yeah.
The Raiders.
The Red Raiders.
Yes, with the Red Raiders. I will get that correct.
Yeah.
And they have this pitcher that throws BBs.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
And she throws her slowest pitch. Well, when she's throwing her fast pitch, her slowest pitch is usually around 73 miles an hour.
That's insane.
Najeri Kennedy.
Yes.
Yeah. She's got a bullet, or she throws
rocket.
bullets, or rocket.
Yes.
She throws BBs. That's what he calls them.
And this is the thing. And she could actually throw faster than that if they would allow the hop step in college.
Yeah.
But since they don't allow the hop step in college, I think she would probably get at least mid-80s if she can actually get that hop step. And it's like, whew.
If they had a hop step, and if I pitched with a hop step, I'd probably hop, skip, jump, and I'd be right on the home plate by the time I threw the ball.
On your like that.
Well, I don't know, but I would probably then be handing the ball
it to the
catcher, and then get hit in the face with a bat. Probably so. But so she's she's the real deal.
Yeah,
as
she
far
is.
as
Yeah, she is.
as far as college pitching. She's from Topeka, Kansas.
Oh, didn't know that.
Yeah, 20 years. She was born in.
Maybe she might want to come to FSU next year.
That would be fantastic. And then you know what? If she came to Tallahassee, you know what we'd say to her? We'd say, Najeri, you're not in Kansas anymore. How about that?
Yes.
How about that?
Yes. Love it.
Yeah.
Dad joke.
That's right.
That's a dad joke. Yeah, but that's a good dad.
That
Come
was
on.
excellent.
Even
that was a good dad joke.
Evan
Evan smiled at that one. Yeah. Did you like it? Did you like it too? We got somebody we're going to bring on in a little bit, so I'll just check in with that person.
Yeah.
So our season is over in the super regionals. We had high hopes for the ladies. But
very successful season.
They had a great season.
It will really surprise, I think, all of us if Texas Tech doesn't go deep into the tournament.
Right.
Now, after seeing that picture, we had no answer for anything.
Oh no,
she was pitching. Yeah. And we seemingly don't have an answer for North Carolina on the baseball. The guys,
No. We had a double bye in the ACC tournament.
Mm-hmm.
Beat Duke the first game.
Dominantly beat Duke the first game.
Which gave us a matchup against
North Carolina.
Those shredded Tar Heels.
Yeah, who had did they sweep us the week before?
No,
it was okay. We
lost the first two, and then we
won the last game.
One, which allowed us to be the number 2 seed instead of the 3 seed.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, that helped. Yeah.
And but we had faced North Carolina, and we were doing well in that game.
Mm-hmm.
We were doing well in that game, and then after the 5th inning, the wheels kind of fell off.
So we lost in the semis. North Carolina then went ahead and won the ACC.
Yes.
With just a dominant
beatdown of Clemson.
It could have been a run rule game if they allowed it in the championship game, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They didn't allow it in the championship game because it actually was a run rule game. But
So on the good news side, we're going to host a regional.
Yes, indeed.
This week, right?
Yes, indeed. In that regional, we have the number 2 seed, Northeastern.
Okay.
The number 3 seed, Mississippi State.
Okay.
And the number 4 seed from the great state of Florida, Bethune-Cookman University.
Right. Okay.
Yes.
So let's just thinking about it, hearing the names of those schools.
Yes.
It seems like FSU should dominate, but that's not always the case in baseball.
Well, we are 9-0 against Bethune.
Okay.
With a 7-5 win.
He wasn't prepared for this podcast. Look at this, man.
With a 7-5 victory this year against Bethune, we are 7-7 against Mississippi State, and we have never grace the field with Northeastern.
I never even heard of Northeastern. I thought you were talking about weather.
Yeah, I thought that's a
That's a
wind.
That's a
wind. It was gonna be a
nor'easter.
wind.
Oh.
That's
Oh,
a
I thought it was
nor'easter.
going to be a weather event.
Yeah,
though,
I was like, that's windy and rainy.
So,
But our game is on Friday at 3 p.m. here at Dick Hauser.
okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Tickets go on sale today.
Today.
All right, boss.
This
I
is-
need Friday afternoon off.
Okay. Need Friday afternoon off.
Yep.
Well, you got to go get tickets today, so I guess you're going to need this afternoon off too.
Yep.
Man. Yeah, at least she's,
Actually,
at
tickets
least she's
went on
transparent
sale.
about this. She did not just sneaking away.
Tickets went on sale 20 minutes ago.
Oh my God. Okay, maybe
We need
too
to hurry
late.
up.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we got.
Sorry, I got to wrap
Okay.
it up.
Well.
Oh, there it
Look
is.
at that. Man, Evan was paying attention.
All right.
Yeah. Okay, now we got the Rattlers. We're gonna talk about FAMU, and we've got some interesting news. I don't know, it's good in a way, but then since we talked about Bethune-Cookman, we
The Rattlers faced Bethune-Cookman in the championship of the SWAC.
The Schwack. The
And
Schwachter.
they had the lead
Sorry.
9-8 in the bottom half of the ninth inning
Oh my God.
and gave up a 3-run home run
Gave up
and lost 11-9.
That's terrible.
So they had that long win streak.
Yes.
Right? How many games did it end up being before they lost?
It was
Like it was
13.
Like 13.
It was 13-game win streak before they lost, and then they, they did well in the tournament. They did very well in the tournament, and like I said, they made it to the championship round against Bethune. They would have beat Bethune. They would have gotten into the field of 64. Don't think they would have been here in the Tallahassee regional.
Yeah.
But
That would have been kind of cool, though.
Yeah, it would have been cool. It would have been cool, but not at the same time because then Florida State would have had to play Bethune first game.
Yeah.
I mean, FAM first game.
Yeah. Yeah. That would have been anticlimactic then, whoever won, because we would have been pulling for both teams
Yeah, for sure.
to go deep into the tournament, right?
Right.
Yeah. So anyway, aside from the FAMU women's softball team, we have to say that all 4 teams
Did well this year.
Yeah.
have done well overall.
Yes.
Very respectable season. And not that the ladies softball team didn't have a respectable season. They just didn't.
Right.
They
didn't close the deal.
They didn't close the deal.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think we have some things to be happy about.
Absolutely.
It's certainly much more of a feel-good story than the way that the football season ended.
For sure.
Yeah, the football team needs to climb.
Yeah, and our men's basketball teams on both sides of the.
Well, we have new beginnings with the basketball
we do.
team.
Yeah.
So.
We got Coach Luke.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna.
Also, we got new beginnings with FAMU also because they got Charlie Ward.
They got
Oh,
Charlie.
yeah.
Man, oh man.
I'm
That's
excited about
That's
that.
going to be great.
He has made
That's gonna be
FAMU basketball
wonderful.
exciting.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Exactly. I'm going to yell over at Evan and say, Evan, we need us a whistle here because we got an important announcement to bring to you. In fact, give me 2 or 3 whistles. Last week, well, Jennifer wasn't here, but okay, time out. Yeah. Last week, we announced that we are going to be giving away the cap, a Benchwarmer's cap, which you two are both wearing proudly.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm just remembering them from Is my cap on straight, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's straight.
Okay, thank you. A little late to be asking that question,
okay.
I think.
Better late than never.
So we're going to give away our Tally Benchwarmer cap to, several weeks ago, we put a challenge out to all of our dozens of listeners and viewers. That the first person to make a comment on our YouTube page
we did a raffle.
we were going to do a raffle. We were assuming that we would be inundated by comments.
She uses 50-cent words.
I tell you, is that like an accounting term? Inundate?
Yes.
You're inundated by costs.
Yes. Look at you.
We are rarely inundated by at least on the podcast here, by revenues.
No.
Yes.
Rarely.
Rarely.
I actually told Eric that what you had told me is that we had a goal to raise like $1.5 million to continue the podcast.
Yeah, and we're at tens of dollars now.
Yeah, we're at tens of okay, well, we got a little ways to go. But
Just short.
to get to the
zeros.
heat of this, or to the meat of this, not the heat of this.
Yeah, I don't
We're going to add somebody to the bench for this podcast.
We're going to add somebody at this point. Come on over. Our special guest, It's a young man who made a comment. I believe your name is, the name was Connor, I believe. Connor, why don't you put on the headsets? Yeah. Nope, I'm sorry.
You got to put the hat on
Got to
first.
put the hat on. Connor, I am Mr. Connor. I'm going to call you right now. Giving you, let's see if he's got a big mop of hair on there.
He is an official bench warmer.
You need to kind of slam that down. I think it's going to pop right off, man. You can put the headsets on quick before the cap flies on. Yeah.
There you go.
So, young man named Connor. Hey, did I get it? Did I pronounce it right? Connor?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, Connor. You need this is something called a microphone.
Closer.
And you need to speak into it
Clearly.
So Connor, you're a big sports fan.
Yes.
Yes.
Are you a big fan of the Tally Benchwarmers podcast?
Yes.
Do you answer questions with more than one word?
Most of the time.
Oh wow!
Look at that. He psyched you out, didn't he?
Yeah,
Gotcha.
man, that's a fist bump right there. So Connor, do you remember what you said in your comment on our YouTube page to be eligible to win this prestigious award?
I'm pretty sure I said I would like the hat or something like that.
See, it has nothing to do with, you guys do a great job. I'm a weekly fan.
I'm an avid
fan.
Yes.
None of that.
But I don't think that was the case. Mm-hmm. You happened to. Did you get some inside information on this?
I think it appeared on his algorithm.
Did it appear on the algorithm? Yeah. You know what? I go in and I mess with those search engine
Yes.
optimization tools that we use so strongly on the Tally Benchwarmer, our video site on YouTube, because as I said, we get dozens of viewers every. I joke. I mean, sometimes we get in the hundreds.
Yeah.
And for us, heck, when we got 1.5 million.
I mean, we've got Connor here today, so we'll probably get like 400.
Oh man, do you have a lot of friends that you told you're going to be on a podcast?
No.
Why the heck not, Connor?
You got to promote yourself, man.
Yeah, what do you appear to me to be a high schooler. Are you in high school?
Yes.
So number one, what time of the day did you watch this podcast that you responded to?
After school, so around.
Good answer. Good answer. If he'd said like 11:30, I'm going to say, man.
He could have been having lunch.
Okay, well, yeah, you got the long lunch periods, I guess, going. But so, are you an FSU sports fan?
Yes.
Who is your favorite FSU athlete of all time?
That's a good question.
Okay. who is over the last couple of years, who has been your favorite FSU athlete?
Keon Coleman.
Keon Coleman.
I would have thought. Now, I'm with you, man. Although I'm Jordan Travis, man, he just missed out on what could have been a great NFL career, I think. But Keon is my man.
Mm-hmm.
But because we're gonna breaking news. Because in full transparency, how did you find out? Really, how did you find out about that? You're supposed to enter this with a comment.
My mom.
Your mom told you.
Where's your mom?
Where the heck is your mom? Right there. Jeez. Full transparency.
Absolutely.
And this is what is so sad, is that we put out that desperation request for listeners to respond. And the only one we got was because mom here said, "Hey Connor, I bet you got a good chance of winning that stupid cap. Just got to make a
You can get one of these like I have.
Yeah, get one like we can.
I told him. He said I would wear that hat, and I said, "Well, you got to comment on our podcast
There you
if
go.
you want it."
Okay.
I didn't even know he had actually commented.
Yeah. So you were surprised.
I was.
But what surprises me is he went Keon Coleman, and Jared Verse is like your best friend.
Yeah, he is my best friend. But when you're friends like that, you pick another player because there's a difference between friends and favorite players.
No,
Yeah.
you stick with your friends.
I think here's my prediction.
Okay.
Of that graduating class, of that NFL draft class, I think Verse will end up being the most successful
sure.
career.
I don't know.
Rather than Coleman. You think? I don't know. Because Verse is, he was Rookie of the Year, defensive Rookie of the Year. Versus just on another planet sometimes when he's playing. So
Yeah,
but,
he is.
And it's such a nice kid too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know, Johnny Wilson, he's already got a Super Bowl
Yeah,
ring.
Johnny Wilson does have a Super Bowl. It depends on.
He's got a Super
Yeah,
He's
that-
got
that's
the ring
true.
He's got
when he
the
wasn't in
ring.
the game.
Yeah.
But he can.
That's
I got
right.
mine before
You
you.
got right.
Cam
I got mine
Coleman,
before
he
you.
played,
Oh, sorry.
and he had an excellent rookie season.
Yes, he did.
And his attitude is just, I love him.
Yes, because he
I
just
love
wanted to
him.
know where the food was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we eat those?
Can
Can we
eat
eat
the
those?
cookies?
I mean, the Buffalo fans have embraced him.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
amazing.
And I think much more than the because the Rams, I don't know if the Rams have a fan base, but seriously, they're in LA and everybody's out,
Yeah.
they're out at Carlsbad, they're out on the beach.
Carlsbad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't even know where Carlsbad is, but it's
in California.
It's in California. I
Yeah.
know that. So, but Connor, thank you for not us having someone to give the
Allowing us to be able to present live on air.
live on air. And I tell you what, since this is recorded, you better, Mom, he better tell his friends to watch the podcast.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, you want to give a shout out to anybody right now? Nobody?
No, not even
Does
yourself.
he have any friends?
He has a lot of
He
friends.
has a lot of friends?
Yeah.
So who's your best friend?
my friend Brandon.
Brandon. Okay, so hey, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon.
Hey. Oh, no, wait, this does not work. We're getting too political now.
Oh, hey, Brandon.
That,
How about
see?
Madeline?
Oh, you got a friend named Madeline? Is Madeline a close friend?
Yes.
Really? You like
That's
Madeline
the
a lot? Is
one-word
she-
answers.
Yeah? Yeah, okay. We'll quit abusing him. Yeah, but okay, and here's what I was whispering about earlier. Okay, Jennifer gave us the $1.5 million, that goal to reach. We're at like $28 right now.
Yes.
So
We're so
what
close.
we are doing
Getting there.
today is the
33rd
kickoff to our fundraising project
Yeah.
now for the next couple of months. We are going to take a break on this weekly podcast, give those dozens of listeners and viewers a chance to kind of chill out for the
Yeah.
summer.
They got to recoup.
Calm down.
Yeah, calm
Calm
down.
down.
Yeah, tell
Get ready for football.
Madeline to be careful.
And Brandon.
And but and over the summer, our goal is to raise that $1.5 million, and
Yeah,
hopefully
absolutely.
we'll come back with a big announcement.
Yeah.
But until then, we're gonna take a couple of month break off.
Break up. Yeah.
We're gonna break something.
We're going
off.
to do a summer break.
We're gonna have a summer break. Yeah.
Get ready for football.
And we get ready for the football season to
Yep.
start. We'll have been able to kind of talk about how our track team did in the
Yeah.
final of here, and maybe by that point the NBA and NHL playoffs will be over.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
And we'll be able to announce who won there. But
Yeah.
until then, it is time to say goodbye.
First game of the season.
First game,
Alabama
Alabama.
here.
And then
3:30.
the new
Cardinals.
Doak. And the new Doak.
3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh my God! Yeah,
And
that's
Doak.
tough.
You're gonna melt. I'll be at home.
Hopefully, I'll be on the field. I hope I get press
hope so.
credentials again.
You will get press
I hope
credentials
so.
again.
I have faith in you.
I do
Yeah,
too.
I want to say thank you to Mr. Evan Rossi across the glass. Thank you to Mr. Jason Acuna, who's about 4 rooms down.
Yes.
In a tiny little box of where
keep him
monitors
caged.
are.
Yeah.
we keep him caged.
Yeah, he has to because dealing
yeah.
with us.
Hey, and we lost a bench player over
He went
during
to a
the
different
season.
league.
He went to another league.
He got drafted.
I think he became a free agent and just bolted.
He said, "Forget y'all."
Yeah. But maybe by next season we'll have somebody else to fill out the bench.
Bring Connor back.
Connor's going to have to learn to talk more than one word at a time, though.
Yep.
I guess that's really how you do talk is one word at a time.
Yeah.
But give more than one word answers. So work on that over the summer. Okay? Thank you, man. And thank you for joining us on Fatality Benchwarmers. Fist bump to my fellow benchies. And take care. So long.
Bye-bye.
Bye.